Hi everyone, how are you there? So we're gonna wait a bit for some people to join us. We are live streaming on YouTube, LinkedIn, and I'm also gonna check what's happening on Twitch. It's actually my first time. I'm supposed to be live also there. My only previous experience on Twitch was like watching video games. Awesome. Okay, looks like it's working, but yeah. We'll see more. It's working on LinkedIn too. Yeah. Great. So what's coming today is that we are going through some tutorials that I did publish this week on AI Traction. AI Traction is a free community where we do talk about automating business tasks using AI and AI automation in general. So I did publish some tutorials about automating social media posts, specifically generating posts with text and images. So I'm gonna share my screen so we can have a look what I'm talking about. So AI Traction, the community, is this place where we do share experience with other people that are interested in learning more on AI automation strategies and workflow tutorials. So here you can join for free, and you can find classroom with free courses and learn more about how you can automate business workflows to save cost and generate additional revenues. So this week I did post 2 tutorials on automating post generation using AI to generate posts and images. So the outcome is something like this. So what you get at the end is a post, the written part, which is generated with ChatGPT-O based on initial prompt. Then you can schedule inside this database. It gets processed, so it's all automated. So you can process 10, 100, how many you want. And it also generates a visual with a custom layout. In this case, we did design together a very simple squared quote post, like the one you've seen that are pretty popular from Alex Ramosi or other guys like that do post on LinkedIn, combining this full text post that do perform very well with a quote from the post itself. So all this is automating, 100% automated using AI and Make and Airtable, which are 2 free tools. And so I got some questions from the community, YouTube, and so I'm gonna answer today's, but first I'm gonna get through the actual workflow. So if you want to follow exactly what I'm doing, you can go to school/AI Traction or aitraction.com, and then you can enter the community for free. You just get into this page. You just have to apply, and it's free. Just wait some seconds and someone will approve you in. And then you can find inside Classroom on top here the different free courses. So I suggest you to start here, but today we're gonna get into this one. And here you can find exactly the one that I will run. You can find the full video on YouTube, so you can watch the full tutorial later. And inside here, you can find the resources that you're going to use if you want to replicate this automation. The blueprint is something very useful because you can use it to import the automation that I did build inside a tutorial, exactly like I built it. In 1 second, you just import it. So you can start from that and customize your prompt and all the features of the automation. So now I'm gonna move into Make. So just a quick overview on this workflow. So Make is this automation platform where you can automate all different tools to build an automated workflow. And these are different steps. The first one is to get data from a database that it's built inside Airtable, which is a very, very handy database, which is very, very easy to use. And then you use ChatGPT to create a prompt, and then you do produce the visual using a different tool, which works with different layouts. So I'm going to show you exactly what it is later. So let me check something very quickly. All right. Everything looks fine. So from this, you can just watch the tutorial, but I built this very simple table. And inside the table, we do have the post idea, which is the initial quote, and then some notes about how I want to build the actual post. So AI will do the job, but I give the initial quote as an input, and then I give some notes. So what I want to explain with this, so the post is building automation is really cool and good for productivity, and I want AI to create a post talking about why AI can add value, help, and enhance productivity for professional. So this is the actual automation that we built in a tutorial. Now we're gonna delete the post, and we're gonna try run the automation, so you can get an idea on the actual process. So this first step will grab the data. If the status is to do, so in the database we had to do status, we'll get into OpenAI and we'll use a prompt that I gave to the AI, and it's automated. So every time we'll use this prompt, and it's personalized with the input. So the actual prompt being used is this is the result, but the actual prompt being used is this one. So I want you, based on this idea and these notes, help me write an effective LinkedIn post, blah, 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 blah. And I gave very specific detailed instruction you can find in the community here. So this is the AI prompt. You can just check it out. It's available on Google Drive. All right. So here next, what the automation is doing is to get this data from OpenAI, which is like working with ChatGPT, but it's automated in this workflow. It's processing the data. So this recognizes the result and it tries to find the answer as a post. It's like a technical step, but we need this to just save our data in the database. This step is going into Airtable to update our table. So we had the table that we did put into to do. Now it's going into status done because it has finished. And it did save the post body. So this is produced by AI inside our automation, right? Included the call to action that I asked to add at the end of the post. The next step is to use Placeit, which is a tool that you use to build different kind of visuals. So post visual images for posts, carousel, reels, or stuff like that. And I'm going to show you exactly how it works. So inside the app, which is free to try, and you can use it for a while for free, then it's like not very expensive. If you're really serious about doing social media or building automation, it's just very, very like cheap. Inside this app, you can create different kind of templates. As you can see, you have like many. And here we come into one of the questions from the community. So can I generate different kind of formats in this automation? Absolutely, yes. So you have the chance to build different kind of templates. So you can build a story format or a feed square, open graph format. So it's all available here. And the question is, can I do it? And how can I customize my workflow to use one database, but to differentiate the flow eventually to create one format or another one. So yes, I can. So what I can do is to customize this integration to contain a router. So I'm gonna just customize this very quickly so we can clone live tutorial, just to give you an idea of what is the task you can do and what are the tools you can use to achieve this. So you're gonna add a router, and this is very, very useful feature I use many times. And what is a router? So from a starting point and an input, a router is used to differentiate a further workflow into multiple workflow. So if I add this, it's very intuitive. Now it's working like previously, but what I can do is to add another workflow. I'm gonna use auto align. So in this case, I can create a switch and go to this path. Let's call it the square format. And moving into the story format, for example, in a different workflow. So basically, maybe the best way is to differentiate after we do create the body post. But let's say that we really want to differentiate the whole post, so I have a different text and create a different kind of visual. So we can create like flow A and a flow B, and the B will be for stories for Instagram, for example. So then I'm gonna customize this workflow based on a filter. So here I will add something like select, and I will call it type. Type will be square, and then I will be adding story. So this was square. I will add one story, and here I will create this switch to go through square and story based on this column that I just added here. So yes, it's possible, and I can customize the format and the whole kind of the actual post. So it's very, very easy to do and quick to implement also. So next, I had another question about the possibility to customize the image, the text, and the color inside the workflow. So this is our template. I'm gonna recover it. And the question basically was, you showed me how to change the quote, but what if I want to change the avatar of the author of the post, for example, or what if I want to customize this or the background image or do something more flexible, let's say. Yes, it's possible. So what you need to do is to pay attention and what you're designing here as a reference, as a layer, like you have on Photoshop, for example. And here on the right, you have this specific icon, which is like a recycle icon. And based on this, I can define if this element is dynamic or not. Dynamic is about customizing it inside our automation. So you want to put relevant names. So this, for example, should be named like quote. This should be named, for example, like avatar, etc. And then you will be able to customize the field that you do put as dynamic here. You will be able to customize them inside our workflow when you are here. So here we did customize the post idea to change the quote and the visual. But basically what you can do is to change also the other parameters. So you can change the text color, you can change the avatar and the other parameter that we did define as dynamic there. And you can create support cells and column in your database like we did for the type and the format of the post. You can also add, for example, insert single line of text color. And so you will use text color, let's say gonna be black, and one it's gonna be white. And so you will be able to choose and pick this and have it customized. So we are maybe gonna try this very quickly. The text color is something we do have already. We can update this. Let's see if we got the actual data. When it's updating, usually it works without running the automation. No, we don't have it, so we will try to run and then stop. Before stop, just to see if we are getting, yeah, now we're getting text color black. So here, now we will be able to see that text color. So we have this new variable, which is available from our database. And now we can access here and we can use it to customize our workflow. So we can save. We do check if we did save here, also text color, right? Yeah. And we can try run. I don't know if it will get correctly. Sorry, I need to update this again because they just ran the first time. Voila. I don't know if white or black will work because as HTML, yeah, parameter. Yeah, invalid color parameter. This means that we need to use something more like specific. Black is like 0000 in HTML, CSS, or whatever, and white is the same with F. So this is probably working. And let's try. So we're gonna run this again and see if the color will work this time. Looks like it's working. All right, and it's getting saved. So it's a successful run the first time. Second time is running. As you can see, starting from here, then doing all the steps to the end. And we see the numbers. It's the number of the cycle that is doing, so 2 times with success. So we can go back here. And as you can see here, we got our customized layout with the black color. Now we're trying something very simple, changing the color, but it's very powerful. As you can imagine, you can change the background image, you can change maybe the font, you can change all kind of different layout because you can create a switch with the router and get through different layouts. So you can create your own social media automated workflow supporting different layout. Maybe sometimes you want to go for square format. Sometimes you want to publish stories. Sometimes you want to do carousels. There is a way also to automate the workflow in creating images and then converting them to PDF and post them to LinkedIn, for example. And if you have a commercial plan, you're a brand that maybe needs to do like specific layouts for Christmas, for Easter, like for like different events during the year, you can create specific layouts for each one of these and schedule like hundreds of contents with the help of the AI to generate the text. You could also generate an actual image. So for example, let me create a good image about AI automation or an image about Christmas or whatever it is. So the workflow AI can be used also to generate visuals. Great. So we're gonna have like other 10 minutes or so to deep dive into another question. So the other question was, can I connect this workflow to build an auto-publishing workflow? Yes. I also published one tutorial on that, and I'm gonna show you how it works. It's also present in the community. So if you get to the tutorial number 4, automate publishing on social media basics for Facebook and LinkedIn, but you can use it for Instagram or Twitter, X. It's this workflow, and from here on the community, you can copy some formulas and stuff you need, like the basic for the post. I'm just gonna give you an overview. So LinkedIn auto-publish to social media. It's this like 5-step with a router. So the concept that we did look to before, it's used in this tutorial, so you can learn more about it. And what this does is it gets triggered from the same table that we used, and it gets one and only one row this time, because we don't want to publish at the same time like 10 posts. On the other end, in the other automation, we can generate and prepare like 100 posts and review them. So my idea in that table was to build this automation so that we can have a status that says that it's ready to be published. And in this case, in the example, I used the status approved. So I think that the best automation work with a great combination of AI and supervision. Sorry, but my cat is like working at the computer cables, and will for sure disconnect the camera in a few seconds. So I needed to do something. And approved means that we got AI to generate, we did the review, and we actually approved the post. So I want you to think carefully about this, not just building AI generating something, you not even looking at it, and then posting on your social media. It's still best if you can do that with a step, which could be review, to be review. You're gonna check it, you're gonna review the text, maybe customize something. If you need, you can rerun the automation and improve your prompt. And then when you're finished, you're gonna put a status like approved, and the other automation will pick one every day at 8 o'clock, like this one. This is my actual auto-publish routine that I'm using. And every day at 8:06 gets one record. Here is one important formula which is used, and we are filtering status approved here, not after. And then we do grab the image with this intermediate technical step, and then we use a router to check if we want to publish that post to LinkedIn or Facebook based on a field that we put in our table, and then we do publish it. For my interest in tracking the data of each post and having a way with also using AI to analyze the data after each post as being like performing for some days, I like to keep track of the actual link and ID of the post, which is useful because you can just use the link to review quickly the post online. I'm just gonna show you my table. Here you can see I do have like the links, so I can retrieve my published stories and LinkedIn posts and all of that. So like this one is from today. And here I can track the reactions, I can track the impression, I can see if it's performing well, and then I can also use the AI to analyze that data. So I wanted to save the ID and the LinkedIn link. So voila. This is what you can do to auto-publish your stuff. I suggest you really to get through this basic tutorial so you can get like a clear idea on how to use these basic tools, which are Make, the one where you build a workflow. You can find the link here where to get started, and also for Airtable, which is the one I suggest you to use. Is a sort of database / CMS to build your workflow with different status and to have a great control, to build triggers, status for review, your human supervision over AI workflow that you are completely automating. And it's very handy, very easy to use. Basically, it's just a Google Sheet with steroids, and you can learn very easily how to leverage the great part supporting the actual automation. So I want to spend 1 minute to give you a bit an overview of the community roadmap. So here you can find a post where you can contribute also to share your feedback on like the content you would like to have more in the community and what you want to learn. So you can participate in this poll. And you're gonna see here our roadmap, so the new courses that I'm building and that will be released week by week. And in the comment, you can add your own specific requests, for example. We have many interesting content coming out, which are for beginners entering the AI automation world. And we will have some specific focus on content and marketing, social media, like the one that you saw today, but we will also deep dive into e-commerce. So working on catalog automation, for example, how to automate product description, how to automate SEO content generation for optimizing organic traffic on your e-commerce, how to create background images starting from still life images for your e-commerce catalog. And we will enter also into different areas such as like creating blog posts and articles and business intelligence. So yeah, it can be used also outside the world of content, but to analyze data, to provide feedback, and to participate into your weekly routine on business intelligence, basically. So if you get into this free community, you can have the chance to participate to these lives and get involved, and the community members can propose like questions and also participate to the lives and some kind of webinars that we do together to share new ideas and projects. So yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna check if there are other questions, maybe on the platforms. Let me see on StreamYard. Looks everything clean. It's Friday, so it's time for a drink here in Italy. It's already time for good spritz. And maybe in the US it's early in the morning. So we're gonna get like closer faster to this weekend time. So yeah, so thank you very much for participating to this live. I hope to see you inside the school community, so where we do learn about AI automation for business. We spend a lot of time teaching the basics for beginners, so you can understand really how to use this technology in a very practical way to enhance your business processes. See you in the next one. Thank you for being here.